Right.
And I like the weed cap.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Low Budget Late Night Show. I'm your host, Zach. Joining me today is my co-host, Justin. How's it going, Justin?
Hello, it's going pretty good.
It's great. Well, we're just gonna jump right in today to the stand-up monologue segment. So this week, I was riding the bus. And, crazy stuff happens on the bus. The people smoke.
Especially with you.
Yeah, no, I do feel like I have a pretty uniquely crazy bus experience. And this week that was further enforced. I was on the bus heading home from work. I got an hour-long bus ride, so there's lots of chances there, to see something interesting, see something worth bringing up during my stand-up monologue segment. And this week, I was on the bus, and I saw a man get hit by a car. It's going like 35 miles an hour, probably. The dude flew up in the air and did a bunch of flips and landed like 20 feet away in the middle of an intersection. And then he just got up and started walking away. All right, so that was our stand-up monologue segment.
I hope he's okay.
Now let's move on to our musings by Richard. So this week we asked our teammate here at the Low Budget Late Night Show, Richard, to come up with some musings.
Richard. I haven't met this Richard yet. Probably the whole crew.
Richard, he works on the creative side.
What the fuck? I'm on the creative side, aren't I? How do I not know him?
No, you're more on the performance. This is really something we should go over in an administrative meeting. As I said before, Richard, a part of the team here at Low Budget Late Night Show, has written up some musings for us this week in the notebook. And I'm just going to read them now for you. Do sticky notes really make office work more efficient? Who decided computer keyboards would be laid out like that? Everyone knows traffic happens because of how people drive, but no one ever changes how they drive. What's up with notebooks? What, like I just write notes in this book? And that seems to be all the musings we have from Richard this week. Apologies to anyone who was blindsided by the existence of Richard. He is someone who has worked very hard to make this show happen. So if we could please get a round of applause for Richard.
No, I'm not doing that. I'll give him credit.
No, it doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter if you do. I'm talking about the people at home, Justin. I'm talking about the people at home. If you're at home right now and you want to give Richard a hand, give him a hand. Now, that brings us on to our first topic of the night. The Super Bowl. Did you watch the Super Bowl, Justin?
I didn't. The Chiefs, right?
It was
Then give us some steam.
the Chiefs and the Eagles. Yeah. Um, so I watched the Super Bowl. I ended up accidentally attending a family Super Bowl party. It was pretty interesting. It was a weird game. I hadn't seen any football since the last Super Bowl, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. But people who knew more about sports than me said that the Chiefs really made it through by some bum calls from the referees and making up for poor first halves in the second half.
Can I
So,
say something? I, but specifically because I have been watching football. But whenever I am watching football, right? Like when I was living with my dad, like you'd always hear that crop up, and it always happens when like, and I participated too, but I don't know. It's always very targeted for whatever team people don't like that year, and I think it's pretty funny from the outside. I don't know. With
I don't know, but
taking the game, I feel like I'm gonna make a lot of
okay,
people
let's
very
break it.
mad by implying that.
Let's
So
break
I
it
want
down
to do
to
it.
some details, some statistics as to why the
Okay.
referees might have made it a little easier for the Chiefs to get to the Super Bowl this year. If the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, then they would be the first team in NFL history to win 3 Super Bowls in a row.
That's
So
true. I didn't know that. That's
that
pretty
is true.
crazy.
I actually don't know if that is true, but I believe that is true.
Yeah, I'll
So
believe you.
I think there is a bit of a case there actually for the referees having a bit of a hand in the Chiefs' placement at the Super Bowl, which, the first half
Or there's
everyone
also a
was
case.
huh?
There's also a case to be made, and that's why they're being seen as the big villains who everyone hates, though. But go on. Like everyone hates everyone likes the underdog. No one wants to see fucking Kansas City Chiefs be the first three-peat team. Like that's just that narrative writes itself. Of course, the refs are doing that.
Yeah. It's
But no, go on. Sorry.
it's hard to say. But anyways, when we were looking at the first half, I actually have the statistics quarter by quarter here in the notebook. Yeah, in the first half, we have the Eagles with 24 points and the Chiefs with 0.
Yeah, I think
So
they got their ass kicked.
So we were, I mean, my whole family was betting on the Eagles and rooting for the Eagles, but we were all waiting for that Chiefs comeback in the second half. And that did happen. It happened a little bit. Maybe enough if their defense had played a little tighter in the first half, because they ended the game 40-22. So there was a clip, I believe, that we have of this really, really intense sack that the Eagles delivered to Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback for the Chiefs. It was a fumble and a sack. So let's just watch this now so you can see what I'm talking about. So yeah, that was a, a pretty crazy sack from the Eagles there. And a fumble, which gave them possession of the ball. That's not the only crazy thing that happened at the Super Bowl, though. I think it's only fair we talk about Kendrick a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Because as soon as I saw that Kendrick Lamar was going to be the Super Bowl halftime show, I thought they can't play Not Like Us at the fucking Super Bowl. They can't, that would be That's just
Hey,
a
Drake's
level
Canadian, they
of
can do whatever they
character
want.
assassination that has never been practiced before here in the United States of America, which is really saying something because we really have, hands down, the history of character assassinations. So, I got a little suspicious when every time they went to commercial, they started doing the dun 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 dun. That was like their interim music, was the Not Like Us beat. So I was a little I was just like, I still don't think this is gonna happen. I bet my brother and my uncle on it. I bet them that it wouldn't happen.
That,
And then we get to the halftime performance. He's not doing it. He's doing other things. He's doing things from the past. But then he's surrounded by a chorus of women. And the beat for Not Like Us starts playing. And they say, "You're not gonna do it." In perfect harmony. And they go back and forth like that for a little bit. And then he just does it. He just did Not Like Us at the halftime show. Which may or may not be one of the most American things to ever happen in this country. A rapper from California wrote a song talking shit, calling a Canadian rapper a pedophile, and we're gonna fucking blast that shit at the Super Bowl, and everyone in the crowd is gonna go, certified pedophile, gonna go, A minor. He actually said, Kendrick Lamar said A minor. I was next to my fucking 11-year-old nephew with my grandma asking me to explain to her how this guy was a pedophile, and my aunt urging me to not do that. So, you know, a lot of awkward conversations started by Kendrick Lamar, you know?
no, are you angry?
I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I just think that this is probably more of an important cultural moment than people realize it to be. And speaking of culture, we had a lot of celebrities at the Super Bowl. We had so many celebrities. They were getting shown pretty much every time a play was getting called. Funnily enough, Taylor Swift only got shown once. And I'm pretty sure that's because Travis Kelce, her boyfriend, only got like... No, really. He got like 2 passes the whole game. He got like 6 thrown to him. But yeah, so here's just a smattering of the celebrities that we had at the Super Bowl. We got Bradley Cooper. We got Anne Hathaway. Brenda Song?
She looked so good.
Pete Davidson. Anne Hathaway looked real good. Obviously,
I didn't see any plays from the game, and I saw that clip of her being shown.
Wait, you didn't see any clips, but you saw clips of Anne Hathaway?
I saw a few clips of Travis Kelce looking like he was gonna like cry. But besides, those were like all I saw.
Yeah. Then we got, you know, I really want to say this guy on the bottom right is Jason Sudeikis. I may be completely wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's Jason Sudeikis. Then, of course, Ice Spice, Taylor Swift. It's a lot of celebrities being shown. I feel like another sort of interesting part of this cultural moment that is Kendrick Lamar performing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl halftime show. The Super Bowl has become almost like a weird form of the Oscars where no one wins awards except for, I mean, the dudes who win awards.
Yeah, except for the dudes who get the rings.
Anyways, I will say that I bet on the Super Bowl. I made no money from my bets. So, yeah, that's the segment on the Super Bowl. Now we're getting into how many pull-ups can I do?
Ooh, I bet.
Um,
I bet. Wait, no. Let me think.
you're gonna
You could probably
guess?
do a pull up. Yeah, I bet 5.
5? Okay. I'm gonna
I don't.
adjust the camera here a little bit, and I'm pretty sure this one already has me in view. Take a little sipski.
I'm actually not sure what the normal amount of pull-ups are. Because last time I saw people doing pull-ups was like high school PE, when people either did 0 or like could go forever. So,
Well, let's see where I'm at on that spectrum. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
damn.
All right. So, again, I would like to remind our viewers that I am in a very cold garage. So, I did 6 under these circumstances of it being very cold. My hands.
So close.
I'm just, yeah. I think we'll bump that one up to 10. So 10. Put that on the screen. And now that brings us to the weather. Hello, welcome to the weather. Again, I do not know where you are watching this from. Where I've been, it's still cold. We did get snow. Snow happened. Yeah, snow happened. And it was pretty disappointing. I didn't get snowed out of work. It only lasted for about 2 days, and it was only about 2 inches of snow. So, not the winter wonderland I was hoping for. Let's see, do we got anything else on the weather here? I can tell you, it's really cold in this garage right now. Justin, did you have anything you wanted to say about the weather?
It was the same here. I think the kids were excited, dogs were excited, but
But snow,
yeah,
snow happened?
snow happened.
Snow happened. And that was the weather. Now that brings us into the song of the week. Now this week, It's again a song I've been really liking and enjoying to listen to. It's Atheist by Christian? Is it Christian?
No,
No, it's Christopher.
Christopher.
Atheist
Christopher Robin.
by Christopher Lee Hudson. Um, yeah, so I'll just give everyone a second to get that all queued up. I'll get it queued up myself. All right, are you ready to go? Well, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. And that was Atheist by Christopher Lee Hudson. I think
I
it's
got a
very...
lot of questions.
Yeah.
Um, well, you go first. Actually, keep going. Maybe you'll answer some of them.
Okay.
Some of
I
the
just wanted to
stuff.
say, when I first heard that song, I thought it was Aaron Freeman of Ween fame. And then I went to look for it because I just remembered that I don't remember getting older. And I really wanted to listen to that song. And so I tried to look it up. And I went through every avenue I could to look for music related to Ween. And apparently, this guy has nothing to do with Ween. He just sounds like Aaron Freeman a lot on that song. I've listened to the whole
That's
album,
interesting.
and he doesn't actually sound like that for the whole album. Um, But yeah, that song is very good. What questions do you have, Justin?
Well, I mean, yeah, you pretty much explained them. Because I was wondering, because he sounded like text to speech for me. Kind of just sound, so he's not like that for the whole album. That kind of explains it.
He
I was
sounded like
confused by that.
what?
It was just kind of like when he was like, say, it was like the atheist says to the pilgrim, to the city. I'm sorry, it was hard without context. I think I need to listen to the whole
No, I think you
pilgrimage
listened to the
song.
wrong song. Again.
No,
I think you listened to the wrong song again, Justin.
no, I'll send it to you. The
Send it to me,
atheist by
please.
Christopher.
No, that is the wrong song. Please put that image up on screen. Wrong song. Now put the image of the one. No, put the image of the one that I wanted everyone to listen to. This is the right song. Now I'm sorry if you listen to the wrong song, but you should go and listen to the right song.
It was kind of hard.
That-
Atheist by Christopher Glean. It's like this spoken word, like it's like the pilgrim talking to an atheist.
Okay.
I couldn't really follow it, but I could tell that it was like probably pretty profound if I was like into it. Would recommend.
All right. So this is my song of the week, Atheist by Christopher Lee Hudson. And I guess Justin's song of the week is Atheist by Christopher Glenn with a G. All right. So that brings us to our next segment here, audience submissions. Now, I am very excited this week because we actually have audience submissions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me, there was a YouTube comment that I got to pull up here because, I want to keep myself fresh. I don't want to read these things before I read them for the camera. So let me just pull this up here. So it looks like KW says, Xach, did you know that the smallest bone in the human body is actually located in the ear? The stirrup bone, also called the stapes, typically measures less than an inch in length, and it helps structure the inner ear, which is part of the body's balance system. Fun fact, smiley face. So that's just a fun fact. That's just the kind of thing you can share on audience submissions, is just fun facts. You got a fun fact? Tell me about it. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Someone should probably fact check that though.
All right. Then this next submission we have was delivered to my house on a torn piece of paper. And it says it's from Anon Amos. So I think I got this, because we just took a week break from doing this, so I think I got this closer to last Monday. And it's just been sitting in my room. I've been very curious about what's in this note, so. Consider the paradox of Buridan's ass? It might be Bourdain. I don't think that's how you spell Bourdain. No, Buridan. Consider the paradox of Buridan's ass. Imagine a hungry donkey who is placed between two equidistant and identical bales of hay. Both bales have the exact same amount of hay. Both sides of the donkey's environment are also identical. The donkey does not choose between the two bales and dies of hunger. Mm-hmm. It sounds like Anon wants us to consider this. I mean, it says, I know you can't see this, but I'm just going to give a view of this to the camera. There we go.
Sounds like the donkeys keep starving and they need help.
Yeah, it sounds like the donkey is a dumbass. He has two perfectly good sources of food. 2 hay bales, exactly the same, identical, easy to get to. I think this mule, this donkey, is a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, well, that's where ass comes from. I think we need to we can help. There's looking to some sort of donkey leading system that'll lead them to one of the bales of hay. I think that's a solution.
But I think if that's how donkeys exist in the wild, but if that's how donkeys exist in the wild, maybe that's where the term dumbass should come from.
Well, yeah, no one's disputing that, but we gotta help it find its food, though, right?
2 equidistant and identical bales of hay. Both bales have the exact same amount of hay. Both sides of the donkey's environment are identical.
What if we had a second donkey?
No, there's no second donkey. It's just Bourdain. It's just Bourdain's donkey. It's Bourdain's ass, man.
We give him a second donkey so that there's 2 bales of hay, one for each donkey, and they don't need to decide and get stuck in the decision part.
So you think it's a problem of donkeys not being able to make decisions?
Is it not?
Well, because if it's a problem of donkeys not being able to make decisions, then the second donkey won't do anything. They'll just both starve to death.
No, each donkey's gonna be.
Why does he move the bales of hay closer?
Well, then you have to move one bale, and then that one's closer, and the donkey moves. But then, actually, you're right. I think that probably is the best.
I think that's, solved. Solved. We considered it, and it is solved. You just move the bales of hay. You just make a stack of 2 bales of hay.
Oh my God, stack them. That's
just
it.
Stack them. Your donkey will eat them. I don't, what the hell?
Dude, we should raise donkeys. I feel like we figured it out.
I would be down
to just wired that way.
I don't know. I feel like we could only raise donkeys if we had an environment that was identical on either side if you were standing in the center of it.
That's true. Well, see if we can take over for Bourdain or something. Sounds like he's struggling.
Yeah. We'll try. So,
reach out to us, Bourdain.
Bourdain. Please, Bourdain with the ass. Please reach out to us.
We will take care of your donkeys.
We will take care of your ass. Yeah. It's I think we might be more qualified just based on what I'm reading here.
He sounds like the real dumbass, if you know what I'm saying.
All right, did you get any audience submissions, Justin?
Oh no, I didn't check my mail. I'll do that for next week. Maybe
okay,
there is something in there.
All right, well, I think if you don't have any audience submissions on your side, we're all done here on my side. That's another successful episode of the Low Budget Late Night Show. So, as always, I've been your host, Xach. This is my co-host, Justin. Thank you, Justin, for being here today. And this has been the 3rd episode of the Low Budget Late Night Show. Till next time.